Formaji YouTube video k lia oper jo tum ny story lik kdhs k oper tai men strong hook lik k do. Hook jandar. Suspenseful our curiosity si barpor hona chaye k mary vauer engage ho jn our video ko ntk deken title. A mother's sacrifice. The rain fell in heavy sheets against the broken roof. Cold water slid across the cracked floor and soaked her bare feet. The air smelled of rust, wet soil, and old blood. She held her breath as a distant siren wailed through the night. Her hands trembled, yet her grip on the small body did not loosen. The child was warm, breathing softly, unaware of the danger nearby. A sharp noise echoed from the hallway. Her heart slammed against her ribs. She pressed her back to the wall, feeling the chill seep into her spine. A single bulb flickered above, casting long shadows that crawled like living things. She remembered the promise she once whispered at a hospital bed. The memory burned brighter than fear. Footsteps grew closer, slow and deliberate. Each step sounded heavier than the last. Sweat ran down her neck despite the cold. She covered the child's mouth with her palm, gentle yet firm. The smell of iron grew stronger. Someone was bleeding nearby. Her eyes darted toward the only exit. The door was bent, barely hanging on its hinges. Light spilled through the gap, thin and sharp like a blade. A voice murmured her name from the darkness. It sounded calm. It sounded wrong. Her pulse roared in her ears, drowning every other sound. She shifted her weight, and the floor creaked beneath her. The footsteps stopped. Silence spread, thick and suffocating. She knew then what she had to do. Her jaw tightened as tears filled her eyes. The child stirred, fingers curling into her shirt. She kissed the child's forehead, tasting salt and fear. The shadow outside the door moved closer. Her fingers brushed the cold metal hidden at her side. Her breathing slowed as she stepped forward, placing herself between the door and the child. The bulb went dark, and in that sudden blackness, she heard the lock begin to turn. The click of the lock echoed like a gunshot inside her head. Her fingers tightened around the cold metal, its weight familiar from long nights of fear. The darkness pressed against her eyes, forcing her to rely on sound and breath. The child whimpered softly behind her, a fragile sound that cut through her chest. She swallowed hard, steadying herself. The door opened with a slow groan, wood scraping against stone. A shape filled the doorway, tall and unmoving. The smell of damp fabric and sweat drifted into the room. Her skin prickled as unseen eyes fixed on her. A beam of light sliced through the darkness, blinding her for a moment. She raised her arm, shielding her face without turning away. The light trembled, then steadied, crawling over the walls. It revealed peeling paint, old stains, and her own shadow stretched thin and distorted. The figure stepped inside. The floor groaned under the weight of each step. Her heartbeat slowed into a deep, heavy rhythm. Fear no longer screamed. It settled, cold and focused. The child shifted again, breath catching in a tiny gasp. She moved her foot back, feeling for the edge of the wall. Her heel brushed broken glass. A sharp pain flared, but she made no sound. Blood warmed her skin, sliding between her toes. The figure stopped a few steps away. The light tilted downward, catching the glint of metal in her hand. A low breath escaped the figure, almost a laugh. Her jaw clenched. Images flooded her mind. The first time she held the child, small and screaming. The long nights without sleep. The hunger she ignored so the child could eat. The bruises she hid beneath long sleeves. The promises she repeated like prayers. The light shifted again, creeping toward the corner. It found the child. The beam lingered there, too long. Her chest tightened as rage surged through the fear. She stepped forward, blocking the light with her body. Her shadow swallowed the corner. The figure raised the light, pointing it at her face. Heat burned her eyes, forcing tears to spill. She did not look away. The air between them felt thick, charged. A faint sound came from outside, distant engines, shouting voices. The figure stiffened. The light wavered. She sensed hesitation. Her grip tightened until her knuckles ached. The metal felt colder, sharper. She shifted her weight, grounding herself despite the pain in her foot. The figure took a step back. The floor creaked again. Her breath came slow and controlled. She spoke the child's name in her mind, over and over. The light flicked toward the door. Another sound echoed through the building, closer now. The figure cursed under their breath. She moved. Not fast, but deliberate. She stepped into the light, forcing the figure to retreat. The child cried out softly behind her. The sound hardened her resolve. The figure raised an arm, light swinging wildly. Shadows leapt across the walls. She lunged forward, pain exploding through her injured foot. Her body screamed, but she ignored it. The metal connected with something solid.